Hello YouTube, welcome to this scenario creation video by me, CptnJenks. In this video I'll be setting up a short scenario on the North London line using a Class 70 locomotive. So without further ado, let's hit the build button. Scenario is already selected there, so is North London line. I've been doing a little bit of preparation on this before we're ready to go. So we're picking new scenario. Okay, we're going to make this a standard scenario. I know normally I like to do creation, career scenarios, but we'll make this a standard. We'll be starting our scenario down by Camden Road, which is there. The traffic lights wait to come to the junction. And for the name, I have no name yet, so I'm going to pick something random, like, yeah, that'll actually do. Something random. And that will be changed later on when I've actually come up with some kind of a name for it. Okay, so we'll create that. Good, so we've just loaded in and we are now looking at the scenario creation marker. So it seems to have put it underground here, so we're just going to move that up to a place that's a little bit more sensible and we'll be able to see it a bit better with the ground up there. That up through the station. There we go. Now let's chase it. See if it's the size it needs to be. Nope. Okay. There we go. So that should now be just above the ground. Where have I come out? No, it's in the platform. Keep it coming up. There we go. That's at quite a nice height. So now we know where we are. Okay, so this is Camden Road Station. We're going to start our scenario down here. Okay, and so before we get started, we need a few things in, because you'll find we have no consists here, so we need to load them in. We use this button to bring up the menus, and now we want DTG. DTG packs are the North London line, which is down here. There it is. We also want the Class 378 pack and the Class 59 pack. Those are all included with this. And then we need to go to RSC, which is a bit further down the list. There it is. And we need the Class 70 pack. And we're going to take some of the wagons off the Class 66. So that's everything that we need now. Just a word of warning if you are doing your own, not to put too much in that list, because if for each one that you load in, it does need to load in everything. Okay, so we'll start now by putting in our locomotive. We're going to be driving the Class 70 Freightliner. That's us. Hello. Lovely. Oh, no, we don't want two of them. Just the one, please. We'll stick that in the warehouse down there. Right. Now, we need our container flats. Now, as very nice as these ones are, these are all the British Rail ones, and I don't like the British Rail ones on a modern scenario. So we're going to be picking these. These are from the Class 60 pack. So we'll just pick them at random, pop them down when they can couple up. If they can couple up, like that. And then we put the next one down there. That's not going to, because it needs turning round. It's the same one anyway, so we'll move it down a little bit. We'll leave that one for a bit later. We'll put one of them in. Again, that just needs turning round. Okay, this is one of the hardest things to actually do, especially with a consist like this, is get it set up properly. We'll move you down there. We'll put you in when we get down there. Right, we're going to put you on. You've coupled up. We're going to have one of them. Just picking them at random to make sure that we can have a nice array as we go down. We'll put the containers on in a moment, and then we will see just exactly what our consist looks like. When we've done that, we'll be dropping one or two of them out. Let's go eco move. Let's pop it down. That needs turning around. We'll we'll be just blanking one or two of them out. So then we do have a couple of empty wagons in there as well, just to try and keep it a bit more lifelike. Okay, we're going to come down back to this third gantry here. That seems like a nice place to end. Okay. Right, what else can we do? Let's put in one of them. I have no idea what we've got now and what we haven't got. We shall have a look in a moment and see how it looks. Okay. Put that one in. You see that they all look the same at the moment. They're not. Do each have a different container on them. We'll see that in a moment when we select it and we put them on. Okay, so we've got quite a nice long train. That's always good for freight. Just one thing that you need to be aware of with long trains is that it will actually fit in to wherever you're hoping to put it. So I'm probably going to leave it about there. We're just going to put the another unit on at the end, and that seems about long enough. Okay, so if I now click on this button here to select the whole consist, and I double click and I tap this one here, that now has put lots of containers on to our freight. Okay, right, there's just one little wave on there. I'm quite happy with that, with how that's come out. The only one that I'm not happy with is that one. Just because I feel that one, being close to the engine, should have something on. It is actually the only one without, so we take that off. We say bye to him. Find one with something on that's not eco move. Energy line is fine, and we put that in there, and then we tell that yes, we want you to have something. Oh good, because that's the only energy line we've got. Brilliant. Now you'll see that as we've done that, we have actually pushed the locomotive up and beyond the start point here. So we're just going to select the whole consist again. Okay, we're using that as a marker, so that's going to go back to about there. That now leaves us quite a fair way behind the signal. Let's just move it forward a tiny little bit more, and that should have us there. Lovely. Okay, so that is now our train. Nice and long, not too long, so we can get it up a few sidings. We can get it out the way at Caledonian Road if we choose to do so. We shall pop the driver icon on. Okay, and then we need to think about where we're going. So, other things that I'm planning to happen here. We're not going to start immediately. That signal is not going to be green. That means we need to wait for a few things to happen. We're going to have a train that starts here at Kentish Town. We're going to have a 378 sat there. That's going to come down and around whilst we're reading our instructions. We're also going to have one that comes out of Caledonian Road and comes up just to keep us watching. We might actually just do the one out of Camden Road, I'm not sure yet. We might stick ourselves in front of one up here. I just think it might be nice to have a slow moving train come through that we have to wait for, and then one to go up. Just to give the effect that we are actually a low priority train, but we shall see how that goes. Right, so what do we need to do next? The next thing that we need to do is to set this up so as then we know where we're going. But first of all, we're just going to do a quick save. That way if my game crashes again, I'll be brought back to this point. I say again because if you watch the Twitch, you'll find that it does crash quite often. Right, so we click on our timetable view. Let's get ourselves set up. This is called Service 1. First thing we're going to do is change that name. Don't like leaving the original names. This is Player Train. Okay, lovely. This isn't a special. This is going to be a standard freight. Okay. Well, the other thing that we need to do, if we just come back down here, we need to reset the time. I did not want this to be at 12 o'clock. So, we can set the date to, let's make it the 25th of, no, we don't want it in the late months. We want it, let's do the 25th of March, and we'll do it for 2017. We don't know how hard this scenario is going to be yet. Since it's March, this is obviously the spring. The start time, we'll make this mid-afternoon. Okay, we'll do that at 15:30. What do we want the weather to be like? Clear. I like sometimes a bit cloudy. I like to see some clouds as we're going along. We can have all there. Okay, do we want to force simple controls? No, we want to force expert controls. Do we want to force a cab camera? I'll think about that later. Okay, good. So we've got all that sorted as well. So that now means that when we come back into timetable view, we should be able to select 15:30 as our start time, because that's the time that we've told it that the scenario is going to start. Lovely. Okay. Now, where are we going to take our train? Our train is going to go to Stratford, which is up here. Okay. Into Stratford, and I'm going to stop it at the at this platform here. That is our end point for our scenario. Okay, and we are at the moment over here at Camden Road, waiting to come in. So we need some go vias. So we're going to go via Camden Road, platform 2. Lovely. Then we're going to come through and we're going to go via the goods route in Caledonian Road and Barnsley. Now that's not actually set up. So we need to put a little marker in at Caledonian Road and Barnsley to say that we're going to go and use that line. So here's Caledonian Road and Barnsley. He says, doesn't look a bit, yes it does. Yeah, this is Caledonian Road and Barnsley. I just couldn't see the second signal. That gantry is a little bit too high. Okay, so we're going to put down a marker here. Okay, you click on the signal, we want a marker, we want a destination marker. Okay, and we're going to have it from about here, back, through to a nice long marker, a nice long train. Okay, it's nice to see if you can make the marker as long as the train. It's not completely relevant, but it gives the driver more option to stop. Okay, and we certainly don't want it to go beyond the signal point here. Okay, and we're going to give that a name. So we double click on the bottom here, this brings this out. Now we're going to call this Cali Goods. Okay, so we can copy that. It's important that you do this when you make them both the same. So Cali Goods on the top, Cali Goods on the bottom. We're happy with that. Lovely. So now if we come back into our timetable view, we put down our next go via, or go to waypoint, should I say. These aren't go vias yet. We'll find that if now we come along here, you'll see now we have Cali Goods. So we'll select that. We're going to go via Cali Goods. Okay, I'm planning to have a bit of a wait here as we let a passenger train come through, and then we will continue on to Highbury and Islington through platform 8. Oh, it would help if we selected that. doesn't seem to like it. I might have to search for it. There we go, we've got it. Okay, and then we go down through Canonbury into Dalston Kingsland. We're going to put them all on, just so as then we can see what's going on. Click on the door. Canonbury, platform 4, there we go. Next one's Dalston Kingsland. Okay, at the moment these are all giving us stop instructions. Some of these will be deleted at a later point. I'm not too fussed at the moment about the ones that we do and don't have. Just making the routing a little bit easier for the dispatcher by telling it exactly where I want it to go. Hackney Central. Platform 2. There we go. Into Homerton, platform 2. No, it's not picking it up. Homerton, platform 2. Good. And then we'll come down to Hackney Wick. Make that. No, we'll do it the easy way. Platform 2. Okay, and then from Hackney Wick, we'll be going on to Stratford to the platform that we just looked at. Okay, now for some reason, there we go. And then we're coming up around here into Stratford and into platform 10A. And that's where we're going to stop. Okay, so we've got that as a marker, and then we'll set that as our final stop point to end the scenario. When it works. Lovely. Okay, so at the moment this is just under a half an hour scenario. That's quite a nice length. Let's make all these go vias by setting the speed to 1. That then will bring the time in a little bit more. Okay, we're not going to turn Cali Goods into a go via because I know that we'll be stopping there. Canonbury, that's a go via. And like I say, when we actually get it going, we can remove some of these to make the timings a little bit harder if we wish. Because each of these assumes that you're slowing down to 1 mile an hour. And obviously we're not. We'll keep it running at line speed as much as possible. That was that one. Hackney Wick. And finally Stratford is a stop. So you'll see that we've actually knocked 3 minutes off that. So that's fine. It gives us 6 minutes to play with at various waiting points. Okay, lovely. So that's the passenger train set up. Let's go back and have a look. Back down the line to Stratford. There we go. No, to Camden Road. Now you'll see we have our train with all of these things on top. Okay, the next thing that we need to do is we need to look at adding in some AI trains. And then we'll add a few bells and whistles using Lua scripting as well, just to finish the scenario off, and then that's this one done. So we made quite good progress today. If you have enjoyed the video, please like, comment and subscribe down in the box below, and follow me for the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.